All right, so I've got the VX4-HD. We got targets all the way out to 1,000. That's our plan, is to shoot this out to 1,000 and see how it tracks, see how it does, see how everything looks. I was looking at it earlier. There was a lot of mirage out there, so it didn't look great, but you could still see the targets very well defined. So, but we're going to actually get into this. Since the VX series is more their hunting line, I want to put it on a hunting rifle. This is a custom built rifle built off of a Curtis Action, and we have it on a pre-fit carbon fiber barrel chambered in 6.5 PRC, and it is sitting in a Phoenix Graybow Phoenix stock. We have the Scythe TI from Silent Co. on the end of it. We have done a video. Matter of fact, we'll probably link that video to this. It's been very nice. Like I say, my wife's pretty much just run off with it because it's very light, compact, and it sounds really good. So far, we're really liking that. Like I say, we're still testing, beating that thing up. And we also have a Trigger Tech special, if I remember correctly, in this. So it's a very good setup. We have shot it out well past 1,000 yards. That's our plan today, is to push this out. We know it can do it, so we're going to see how well this scope tracks. We literally just put it on. I took a few shots on steel because I don't have a place to put paper up to 0 at 100, and it was looking really good. So let's talk about the scope just real quick. This one is the 4-16 power by 50 millimeter objective, and it is a 30 millimeter main tube. In my opinion, what they've done is they've kind of merged the VX3 and the VX5, like Gen 1 VX5, kind of together, and which makes sense. It's a VX4. And so what it really did is, there's things I looked at like, oh, that reminds me of the VX3, and that reminds me of the VX5, Gen 1s. And so either way, getting into it, they have a nice little throw lever, and it is removable. So if you don't like anything extra, you can take that off, and it's got a relatively short throw. Looks like a little less than half the distance, probably, a third turn, maybe just slightly over, to go from, minimum power to maximum power. And it does have a parallax adjustment on the side. Reminds me a lot of the VX5 HD Gen 1s. It does have the ZL2 turret up top, which I really like. The VX5 Gen 1s, that it's practically the exact same thing. They just stuck that one on here. I really like it. It's a locking turret, locks in place very well, and it has 2 turns, so you can get, I think it's 38, 39 MOA out of this, an MOA scope, which it easily puts a 6.5 PRC on target at 1,000. Even my short barreled 6.5 Creed, I can push it all the way out to, with that much, I think it's like 1050 or something. So most of your centerfire cartridges, you're going to be able to push out to 1,000 yards with a scope like this. So I really like that. The VX3s were really nice. I like them, but I like being able to shoot past, depending on what cartridge you're using, 5, maybe 600 yards, something like that. I really like that they put the ZL2 on it. And it does have a capped windage turret, which on a hunting rifle especially, there's no need in having that. We did get it with the Windplex reticle. So it doesn't have any elevation, but it has some 1 MOA markings on the whatever that's called. So not vertical, horizontal lines. So the horizontal lines have 1 MOA markings. I think it's out to 10 left and 10 right. And so that's nice, because a minute ago I was out here shooting a different rifle, and the wind was just kicking it. It's really calmed down, got a little overcast. It's actually really nice for shooting, so now I have no excuse. The thing about the windage, though, is on the VX5, if I was going to complain about one thing on the VX5, it was the windage turret was it was mushy. Was not positive clicks. I didn't like that. It kind of irritated me. However, it wasn't a huge deal because it was capped. Once I zeroed a rifle, no problems at all. Whereas this one here is they've definitely made a little upgrade to it. It's nice, you know, clicks. You can hear it, you can feel it. It's, you know, just very good and precise in that sense. And it is resettable, so you pull out on it and you can free spin it, turn it to 0, and push it back in. Now, whenever I was re-zeroing it and I pushed it back in, I just did it went click. I'm like, okay, cool. I shot another round. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do one. And I went to click it and it spun. I'm like, what in the world? When you push it in, it, you know, make sure it doesn't, you know, push in on one side and not the other. Make sure it is completely compressed. That's something I've already messed up on, so I just pay attention to that. I've talked enough about the scope. Like I say, let's go ahead and do some shooting with this. If there's anything else that you're wondering about the scope, leave a comment. And also, we have an unboxing, so if you want to know, you know, what potentially came in it or anything like that, we'll put a link to that in there as well. We're going to go ahead and do some shooting. I got my chronograph set up. We've got some targets out there, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump on out to, well, I don't know. Let me look at it real quick. We got some 300-yard target. That thing is shot up pretty good. You know what? We're going to go ahead and just move on out to the 400-yard target. And I guess it would help if I had the correct data. You would have thought I would have had this ready. I literally just put the scope on, and we are gonna just send it here. Double check. It's saying 399. So yep, that's 5.5. Okay, so we're gonna go. One too far. Okay, let's see what we can do. 400. Make sure I'm shooting at the right one. Don't see any animals in the background. Helps put a magazine in it. It's amateur hour right now. All right. I wish we had target cameras on all of these out here. That was actually really good. It hit at the bottom edge of the dot, which the dot is about 1 MOA. Yeah, measuring it on here. I'm on 16. This is a second focal plane scope. I did not say that. In other words, if you're going to use, you know, any of your windage markings, if you're on 12 power, it will not be correct. So the dot is 1 MOA, and I am on the bottom third of it. So it's pretty good. We'll go ahead and put another one on the 400 just to kind of confirm that distance. I held just about 3/4 MOA wind. I hit pretty much the same hole. Yeah, those two are almost touching. We got, ooh, there's a 1 MOA target, one just over a 1 MOA target on 600. So, and they're clean too, the targets are. So let's see. That would be like the, you know, easily the vitals on a deer. So 11. Let me double check my distance because I haven't shot here in a little bit. Yep, 600 on the dot. So it's split. So 11.25. Yep. Okay. So got one in there. 11.25. The wind just picking up just a hair. We'll hold 1 for the windage. So so that'd be about an 8-inch target. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure those are 8-inch targets out there, looking at them. So let's see, 600. I hit it more on the right side though. So actually, we did not bring a mirage cover, did we? That's the one thing. You start putting a few rounds to this thing because I zeroed it just a few minutes ago, and now we've put 4 rounds through it. It's starting to heat up pretty good.
Does one of the other rifles have one on it we can bum off of it?
Possibly. Yes, because I've got my thermal.
Okay.
We can steal it off of there.
Okay.
So, we will be right back.
Stay tuned.
So, we let that cool down. We put a fan on it, got it all cooled down. And now we are back in business. Put the cover on there to help with the mirage. And yeah, I didn't even think about that. I zeroed it and then started taking some shots. I'm like, oh, this thing got hot quick. So either way, we're back. We're going to throw a few more rounds. We're going to go 600 and then 800 before any cows try to get in our way. And just, like I say, jump back into it and see where we go. Make sure I'm dialed, everything is correct. Very important, always do that. Ooh, even though I did not touch it, still want to make sure it didn't accidentally move it or whatever. Yep. Best I can tell, that was just a shade low, maybe. So, looks good there. Let's go on out to 800. Let's do this. Let's see how Joker wants to track. Let's see. 18.25. Alright. Go to 8. Let's see how that looks here. And I tell you what, we're definitely putting it to the test. Yeah, parallax is really good. It's really easy to find the parallax on this. It does a very good job. Yeah, it's getting pretty soupy looking out there. So we're gonna go out. One thing here, I'm gonna keep shooting. I do a lot of stopping and talking. I gotta quit that. Okay, we're gonna hold 1.5 for wind. Ooh, never mind. We're gonna hold 2. I saw looked like the dust fly off of it. We're gonna put those over there. Which I was gonna run out of ammunition real quick anyway, so need to stop and grab this. We're gonna confirm that, because if that was where I thought it was actually a pretty decent shot. It's hard to see. I'm looking for splash on the target to get an actual figure out where it is, because this mirage is horrible. This has nothing to do with I shot my match rifle a minute ago while we were waiting for this to cool, and this mirage is horrible right now.
Oh, we can see it on the camera. Yep. But I've got zoomed in on the target.
There's a nasty looking bug. Alright, back to business. Yep, wind looks about the same. We're gonna hold 2 MOA. Ooh, just left of the dot. That dot is approximately a half MOA. It may be slightly larger. I don't think it's 3/4. So from the center of that dot, which is my aiming point, it is 1/2 to 3/4 MOA to the left right there. So elevation is definitely good. Alright, you know what? Because that one I for sure saw that about a 1/2 to 3/4 MOA to the left. I just didn't have quite enough. I should have went from a 2 to probably 2.5 hold on the wind. So let's go on out to 1,000. Hate it when it splits a number. It drives me crazy. So yeah, we'll just go 26.5. So we are 26.5. Let's check our parallax. Looks pretty good. The parallax on this, you know, here, let's look at it real quick, because I didn't actually say that. It goes all the way down to 30. That's nice, because not that most people are putting on the rimfire. That target right there is about 40 yards. So, let's back that down just a little.
Oh, that front board.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. That's 50 yards. And it right there. I'm on the top edge of 50, so that's good. All right. The fence post, I know I'm stopping right in the middle of my 1,000-yard shooting, but I'm adjusting the parallax. I want people to know this. I think it's important. Okay, definitely doesn't parallax. And right, actually I got to go back just a little. Right there. That, at the bottom edge of 30. It'll go past 30. I had to come back up a little bit, so right there, I'm going to range out. I know I'm stopping right in the middle of everything, but when something hits me, I got to do it. That's 24 yards, and it is just under the 30. So
this fence right here?
Yes, the fence right there is 24 yards, and it is parallaxing beautifully right there. So you're not going to do that with this. You know what I'm saying? That's just not. But for anybody shooting 22, and I mean, potentially even, I mean, not that I would suggest to use this in competition. All right, let's turn that back. But, you know, that's been a big issue with, yep, I dialed, double checking my data. With that is, you know, when you're in a competition, especially with 22s, not being able to get your parallax to go low enough to shoot some of those close shots. But anyway, we're back at to 1,000. I know, just driving up the suspense. I'm like one of those to be continued kind of deal. And you're like, oh man, you know, I like doing that to people.
It's pure accident.
All right. I'm a jerk by accident.
I'm back on it.
Okay. Ooh. I was like, what is that? Yeah, a buzzard just flew through there. That would have been pretty cool if I would have shot him flying in the air, though. Which, I mean, you know, you're not supposed to shoot buzzards, so it actually wouldn't have been cool. But, okay. Cool. Let's do this. 1,000 yards. Let's see how we do. I'm going to hold what the wind looks like. We're going to hold 3. I hit it.
Yep.
That's... I tried to see it, but there's a bunch of sunlight hitting right there. And I can't actually confirm where that hit. Oh, it looks like it's going to be getting in the shadows a little bit. This will be actually really good. Yep. So far I'm really liking this scope. It's doing a really good job on tracking. We definitely hit the target at 1,000. I know where I hit it at 8, 6, and whatever it was before we had to go to our break. Yeah, okay, I can see 1, 2, 3 shots that we had put on there earlier on the target. So I'm actually able to see some shots now, so let's see if we can't send another one. That, oh man, I didn't hear it, but I saw splatter. Wonder if the wind, I heard it. Here, you know what? We'll send one more. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hold closer to. Actually, we're gonna hold left.
Impact.
Yep. I hit just left. That's, well, okay. So it literally was pretty much where I was holding. We're gonna send one more real quick and see if we can confirm it before the wind changes again and the mirage gets too bad to see. Yeah, I think I see it right there. Yep. It was just left again.
Cool.
Which, okay, so I held straight up that time, and it went not quite to the left hash mark, so that would be 7/8 of an MOA left on that one. Because it's not quite touching the line. We'll call it 3/4. So either way, consistent. It's very consistent. And elevation was perfect on them last 2 shots that I know for a fact. Confirmed, or 3 shots, whatever it was. So either way, so far I think really I'm trying to find some negative of this scope. I'll say this: we have our Mark V scopes, and I was just shooting one of those just in between while we were letting this cool, and it was one of those things where the Mark V has a little bit clear glass. Yeah, that's to be expected. It definitely has a little bit. It's a little easier to see through this stuff. Has a little bit more power as well. Whereas this right here, I mean, this price point, hate to quote it because it's like brand new. Like I say, they haven't actually released the scope at the time of making this video. In the 4 to 16, somewhere right around that, I think, $1,000 mark. Looking at that price point, it's hard to find anything negative with it. Now, one thing I will say that I'm picking up just a hint of. I say a hint. Anytime I start pulling back in some of the lower powers, of it, I'm getting a little bit of. I hate to use the word distortion, but I'm trying to think of the right way to put it. Maybe that. I think that you'll call it a little bit of a fisheye to it, and that's in the little bit lower power range. Now, it doesn't affect me. Like I say, if I'm looking at the 200-yard target and I've got this thing on 5 power right now, so it's almost all the way at the bottom, it doesn't bother me. Now, have my parallax set right, and I mean, I'm set right on the target. I mean, that 200-yard target is not a problem. There's not distortion. I see the cows in the background, the edge. There's a light pole out there. Come over here to the 100-yard target, all the way on very low power. It has good eye relief, but as I turn it up, that distortion, and I say distortion. I hate using the word distortion. It makes it sound like, oh, it's junk. That slight little bit of picking that up with my eye, I'm just getting just a hint of that. This scope is a very clear scope. At 1,000 yards, I have no problem seeing that target, even fighting this horrible mirage we have right this minute. And it is, I've been able to do very well with the shooting. Like I say, as y'all seen, made some really good shots here, except for when started having so much mirage come off of the suppressor that threw a monkey wrench in there. So either way, the thing is, overall, I think this is a really, really good hunting scope. Something that you can target shoot out to 1,000 with without any issues. It seems to track extremely good. That was definitely not the problem. Our biggest issue was mirage and wind, and I still don't think that was really even an issue. So it's done very well. It's actually, because we had this off, we had the VX5 off at the same time, and that was the 3 to 15 in the VX5. And weight wise, because I don't remember what this is supposed to weigh. Like I say, I don't have all the specs right in front of me, but they are pretty much identical. I mean, as far as weight wise, so it's a good lightweight. It's still a very good hunting scope. But you can also do some target shooting with it, and with it being able to parallax down to at least 24 yards. Well, I know that for a fact right here at this fence, and potentially even closer. It would be a good, extremely good scope to put on a 22 long rifle as well. And I know a lot of people wouldn't want to put such a high dollar scope on a 22 long rifle, but I love 22 long rifle. I love taking it and shooting it out, and with having this amount of adjustment in it, you should easily be able to take a 22 LR out to close to 300 yards, at least 275, because I've done it with the VX5. So it's one of those things that I'm really liking this scope. I'm definitely going to be doing some more shooting with it. It's just like the Scythe TI. It's done extremely well. And we definitely heated it up earlier. You know, I putting rounds through it pretty quick. It's one of those days. It's not hot, but it's not cold, and I think that's one reason why the Mirage is so bad. The sun comes out, and it just all of a sudden, you know, you have a cool breeze, and so it's just been horrible as far as that goes. So I'm really liking it. I'm definitely wanting to do some more videos with it, but we majorly want to get a video out there to where, you know, as these things start to hit the market, you'll be able to actually look at it and see, well, what is it? What does it even look like? What is, you know, details? You know, has anybody got any real world experience with it? And so we wanted to get that out there and show it off. Let us know what rifle would you put this on? You know, do you put it on a hunting rifle? Would you put it on a 22 LR? You know, what would be your, you know, ideal gun to put this on? So just drop us a comment and let us know, and we'll see you next time. And I'm supposed to tell you to hit the subscribe button, so that way you catch any videos we're coming out with.
That works.
Does it?
Yeah.